Hello and welcome to my channel. With the addition of Chestnut, we now have a total of 2 male medics in the entire game, with the first being Ansel. While Chestnut is really small due to his race, he's actually the tallest Duran operator currently, standing at a proud height of 132 centimeters. Will this Shota be a good addition to your team? Let's find out in this video. Chestnut is a wandering medic and he will be the third operator released in this archetype, with the other two being Honeyberry and Mulberry, or as I like to call them, the berries. This medic archetype is extremely unique as it is the only medic archetype that can both heal and restore elemental damage with their basic attack and skills, even if the target is at full health. The elemental damage mechanics are annoying to say the least, so having a wandering medic built to reduce the threat is great. Moving on to his base stats, much like the other wandering medics, Chestnut's stats are rather low when compared to other archetypes. To make up for his shortcomings, he has a wide healing range and a lower DP cost. Do bear in mind that this archetype focuses more on restoring elemental damage than healing, so Chestnut will have to rely on his skills to bring up his healing output. As for his talent, Chestnut's elemental damage recovery is increased when healing ground enemies, a very straightforward talent but is actually pretty effective. Combined with his skills, Chestnut can do some serious elemental heals on ground enemies. While this talent doesn't include ranged operators, ground operators are much more susceptible to elemental damage exposure, so the restriction isn't that bad. Next up are his skills. Chestnut's first skill will instantly heal an operator and recovers 300% of elemental damage. A max-level Chestnut with skill 1 on Mastery 3 healing a ground operator will recover around 800 elemental damage. That's 80% of the elemental HP bar, while the damage recovery is really good. This skill has some problems, the first being the lack of any buffs that increase his healing output. Due to his single target nature and low attack, he might struggle to keep the operators in his wide range alive, so a dedicated medic is recommended to back him up. The second problem is the lack of prioritization. The berries both have skills that prioritize operators with the highest elemental damage taken in range. They are therefore able to recover the damage on operators that need it the most first, thus potentially stopping the effects from triggering. However, in Chestnut's case, this is nowhere to be seen in his skill description. This means Chestnut follows the same healing prioritization as the other medics, targeting the operator with the lowest HP in range first. This can lead to him healing operators with low to no elemental damage taken, essentially wasting the skill. Aside from that, this skill is decent, boasting a low SP cost and the ability to store 2 charges. Moving on to his second skill, Chestnut gets a big attack speed buff, shortening his attack interval from 2.85 to 1.24 seconds. When healing the same operator continuously, his healing output and elemental damage recovery increases to 150% at Mastery 3. As a trade-off, Chestnut's wide range is shortened to a 3-tile straight line in front of him. This skill attempts to improve his healing output, but instead, it ended up being worse than his first skill in most scenarios. First up, the shortened range forces you to deploy Chestnut in specific positions, which may in turn limit the effectiveness of his wide range. Secondly, this skill forces him to heal one single operator in front of him over and over again, leaving the others vulnerable to incoming elemental attacks. Thirdly, the skill uptime can be detrimental in some scenarios. This skill has a high SP cost of 70 at Mastery 3 and a duration of 35 seconds. This also means Chestnut will be stuck with the straight line range for 35 whole seconds. Overall, while this skill offers high burst healing and big single target elemental damage recovery, it's extremely niche, making his first skill his go-to option. Lastly, we have his base skills. When Chestnut is assigned to a factory, the production efficiency is increased by 15%. At Elite 2, Chestnut will further boost Originium-related productions by 30%. Producing Arundums in your factories isn't recommended, so yeah, a niche second base skill. So, should you pull and build Chestnut? The answer is unfortunately a definite no. While Chestnut's bursts of elemental damage recovery are amazing, he struggles to offer anything unique that can beat the berries. Chestnut's healing is pretty bad, even for a wandering medic, and given the fact that he is only obtainable through gacha while Honeyberry can be easily bought from the shop, He's not a popular choice when it comes to building a wandering medic. I kinda feel sorry for absolutely destroying this dude, but the facts have to be told. And that is all for this operator guide. I will be making similar videos in the future, so do consider subscribing to stay tuned. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.